Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
You tell me time has not changed me. That's fine, I've had a good run. I know I used to be crazy. That's 'cause I used to be young.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Shout out to Mr. Laurent. I hope I didn't butcher your name. This is his message. Hey man, I appreciate your content and I wanted to thank you for your work. On a different note, I saw Miley Cyrus' new song, Used to Be Young. And incidentally, it sounds like a theme song for The Wall. Mr. Laurent, thank you for the video request. Salute! As you can see on your screen, Mr. Laurent posted the lyrics to the song in the email for us to analyze. Now before we get into this, some background information about Miley Cyrus. The first thing that comes to mind when I think about Miley Cyrus is this.
The one-time Hannah Montana outgrosses the glitterati at last night's MTV Video Music Awards. The question is, did it work for her? Here with a look at the daring performance is Wall Street Journal's John Jurgensen.
I never heard of Miley Cyrus until this performance 10 years ago at the VMAs because it made headlines everywhere. The reason why it created such a buzz is because Miley Cyrus used to cater to a teenage Disney audience, playing Hannah Montana for 5 seasons. Now pay close attention to what these gentlemen say in the following clip.
And will it work? We're talking about it,
Yeah,
but I mean, presumably
exactly.
the point of this is to promote sales of products, right?
Right.
Have you gone out and bought anything? I haven't.
Well, I mean, that's a larger question of who's actually buying music. But I think, in order to make an impression, she has to present herself as a brand new star, a pop star. She's tried in certain ways as a solo star and hasn't really gotten traction with her singles. In a large way. This is putting herself on the map as a solo star. And the MTV Video Awards are not necessarily a place of demure behavior. So in that respect, I mean, she did make a big reaction.
I've seen
Image, fellas. Miley Cyrus made her transition from her Disney persona as Hannah Montana to a more adult image, and she was selling. Now at 30 years old, she's forced to transition again. Let's talk about it. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
The truth is bulletproof, there's no fooling you. I don't dress the same.
The truth is bulletproof. Yes, the wall is bulletproof. How much proof do you need? We are all getting older. But women in their late 20s, early 30s seem to be having a wake-up call. They are coming to the realization that their looks are fading, that demand from men is waning, that their biological clock is ticking. And if they are single, they are wondering if they made the right decision in their lives. If not, their current boyfriend or husband calls into question whether he is the one she wants to continue this next part of her life with. Miley Cyrus got divorced in 2020. Just saying. As you can see, she's wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt as a nod to her Hannah Montana years. It's a reminder that as we age, our style and wardrobe choices naturally evolve. Society often sees it as unconventional to still dress like a kid at 30. Let's continue.
Me and who you say I was yesterday have gone our separate ways.
This part is not in your hands. Look at that face. There's a reason why we say the wall is undefeated. Because you can't beat it. Even if you would like to stay in yesterday forever, it's not gonna happen. Life will change you into a different version of yourself, whether you like it or not. It's an emotional experience. Now we're gonna skip a little bit to avoid copyright issues.
Turns out open bars lead to broken hearts and going way too far.
This is the part that we skip. When she says, left my living fast somewhere in the past, cause that's for chasing cars, it means that she has distanced herself from a lifestyle characterized by impulsiveness and recklessness. which she metaphorically compares to chasing cars. The lines, turns out open bars lead to broken hearts, and going way too far, carry the idea that indulging in excess, referring to drinking and partying at open bars, result in emotional pain and taking things to an extreme that may not be healthy or sustainable. In other words, riding the hot dog carousel, getting drunk, getting high. I just love this clip right here.
There aren't women in their 30s in the nightlife. You know, it's girls in their 20s. Their lifestyles are very similar. You know, fast paced, always on the move, and they're not looking to settle down. They're still enjoying life.
You see, that fast lane version of Miley Cyrus cannot identify with the 30-year-old versions of her fans. Even if she herself still wanted to go out and party, she would run into some difficulties. Check this out.
Before I was with Carter, I used to be obsessed with going out. I used to remember seeing my friends who were married or in a serious relationship, and we'd have dinner, and then of course I'd want to go out after, and they'd be like, no, we're gonna go home. I'd always think like, oh, you're so boring, I'm never gonna be that way. I guess I'm now one of those boring people who just like staying at home with their future husband.
Paris Hilton, once the embodiment of the party girl lifestyle, eventually had to change her ways as her peers either didn't join her, lost interest, or had different priorities. The experience of going out evolves as you enter your 30s. The environment strikes again. If you want women's behavior to change, you have to change the environment. That's why we don't make these videos for women. Do you really think you're gonna talk some sense into these females? Stop wasting your time. The wall has your back.
I know it used to be crazy. I know it used to be fun. You say it used to be wild. I say I used to be young.
This is the chorus of the song. The problem with the "I used to be young" line is that it does not absolve her from her past actions. Moreover, it does not erase the damage, trauma, and reputation she has built. That's why a woman's past matters. Getting to know a woman's past is like reading a book before you decide to become part of her future. Don't fall for that crap. I used to be young. The lyrics say, I know I used to be crazy. Women are fully aware of what they are doing. Stop the foolishness. Stop giving women a free pass for irresponsible behavior. And don't you ever think you can just turn crazy off. Check this out.
What I mean?
You mean what?
Isn't that Miss Ma'am?
No?
No,
Miss
come on,
Ma'am.
please. Come on, man, please.
No?
Come on,
I
man,
need you
please.
to. I need you to be kind and respectful to my guests.
Oh, boy, come on, man, please.
Where that pig poker at, man? Go ahead.
Brittany Renner also tried to clean up her reputation after facing the hard truth that high-status men are not interested in damaged goods. It's exactly like what Mike Tyson said. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. In hard times, a woman shows her true nature. One of the hardest things to change is your personality. Like I've said before, you can't just turn off crazy.
Turns out party room's empty. I'd assume there's somewhere else to go.
A woman who is used to getting a lot of attention can find it challenging to wake up in a world where she suddenly goes unnoticed, invisible. It's quite a blow to that self-esteem. A while back, we made a video called Women Share Their Pain Claiming to Be Invisible After 40, Last Affable Day. It came from a Reddit post where women were strongly related to the original poster. Janice, read.
Same here at 42. Lived a roaring 20s and 30s with the default that any attention I sought, I got, and not even having to seek, just making my way through a constant background hum of fielding. All of a sudden, invisible. It's a rough realization that I've rounded this corner and it's a one-way street.
Pure gold. Read another, Janice.
I guess it didn't, but it feels like it happened so quickly. I'm not ready. I suppose I need to find the ways to embrace it being over now, but so much of my life was dictated by the attention I received from people because of the way I looked. I'm only realizing this now that I'm 40. It's weird to realize I don't know what that means is left for me, like what am I now? Who am I now, and how do I matter to people, to society? It sounds kind of pathetic or obnoxious to write out, but the pain and confusion is real.
One more, Janice.
So much recognizing in this post. Me, too. I used to be the life of the party and turns out, it was just my age and my size. And we'll never get that back. And did they even like me? For me? It was just decoration. The pain.
Woo! This is biology, fellas. That's the wall. The wall is built by nature. With those natural, bulletproof, impenetrable, incredible bricks. It's unbeatable. The same biology that these feminists don't want to acknowledge. Women know when their run is coming to an end, especially nowadays with social media.
You tell me time has done changed me. That's fine, I've had a good run.
And in modern Western society, they encourage women to live it up when they are the most attractive to men, just to increase their standards when they are the least valuable, the least attractive to men, especially to the men they want.
Those wasted nights are not wasted. I remember everyone.
The average woman is gonna live until she's 79 years old. So when that wall hits, there are still 40, 50 years to go. You see how women's happiness keeps declining? Especially when they age. 1 in 4 women are on antidepressants. Loneliness is at an all-time high. When women place strong emphasis on external validation and appearance for happiness, it's gonna be a hard 40 years of unhappiness coming.
I know it used to be wild. That's 'cause I used to be young.
And for men, it will be easier to deal with this. After all, most of you have been invisible for most of your lives. And your value is not determined in the same way as women. That's why statistically, your value goes up as you age. I'm not saying life is easy. Nobody said life was gonna be easy. But what I am saying is that we made this channel for men. That's why we started this channel. Not because we hate women. It's because men's voices need to be heard and men need to be educated on the foolishness that's going on so they can protect themselves at all times. The channel is called Manosphere Highlights Daily. We highlight men's issues, female nature, and the effects of society on human behavior. We encourage you to become the best man that you can be. But if you want to know how to do push-ups, then you have to go to the push-ups channel. If you want to know about money, you have to go to the money channel. I've said it many times on this channel that I took my talents overseas. I had to look for content that could help me with that. So I watched a combination of channels. Push-up channels, money channels, travel channels, language channels, and manosphere channels. Everything that I had to do to become the best version of myself. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. You know why? Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we? Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.